questions remain about the manhunt that gripped the nation for 11 days. Investigators are still working to piece together the connection between Casey White and Vicky White, including why the former corrections officer threw it all away to help Casey White escape. It's a question Lauderdale County Sheriff Rick Singleton says we will never get answers to. Joining us now to explain a few of the possibilities about how this happened is clinical psychologist Dr. John Duffy. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Good morning, Rutabaga. Thanks for having me.
So what did you make of this? I mean, when you heard about her throwing away this life, she had accolades, she had awards, she was well liked, she was known to be a compassionate person, and she threw it all away, and now she's dead.
Right, and from a psychologist's point of view, I always look beneath the surface and think like, well, there must have been some kind of susceptibility, some kind of vulnerability in her life that made her prone to his kind of manipulation. And that's what I suspect happened. That's what typically happens in cases like this, is that somebody with a sociopathic tendency is able to make a victim of somebody over time, and I think it's been over the course of a couple of years, and really take advantage of them, convince them we have this special thing, we have this special friendship, and if we could just get out of here together, then we could create some kind of life together. And I'm not sure exactly how that went, but I suspect that's roughly the framework.
So you don't look at the story and say she was the mastermind, she was in control, she had the key to the prison, she could have, she was responsible for helping him escape. You look at it more like, she was this vulnerable person. She had just nursed her dying ex-husband as he passed away. She might have been in a lonely, vulnerable spot and been taken advantage of by him.
Right. And certainly she executed a lot of what he benefited from, right? So there was some masterminding going on. Certainly there was some plotting and some executing going on. But I think it was under the guise of being manipulated all the way through, because she's the only person, if you think about it, who had everything he needed to achieve his goals. Not necessarily hers, you're right, she had a lot going for her, but to achieve his. And so I think he convinced her that his goals were her goals.
And when you look at him, right, you're looking at both of them, what do you make of him? You think he's a sociopath?
It's hard for me to imagine that he's not, in that he is, I'm guessing, very manipulative. I can't imagine the circumstance, given the facts, where that's not the case. At the very least, he's a very manipulative guy, but I suspect sociopathy creeps in there, especially when you convince yourself that you can do something that people hardly are ever able to actually achieve.
Right. It takes a certain amount of confidence to even try, to even plot to carry this out. I know when he was arrested, he identified her as his wife. What do you think went into this kind of grooming over the years?
Well, I think there's a certain cleverness and manipulation affiliated with that. There is kind of a misnomer out there that somebody who has made enough mistakes to get himself imprisoned for life is not intelligent. But I suspect that this man had just enough intelligence, even though he doesn't come across, a lot of people say, as particularly bright. You don't need to have a great deal of just IQ points in order to manipulate another person to help you achieve your goals, especially if you're desperate to have those goals achieved.
And the fact that both of them carried this out, they plotted this, and no one really seemed to know. It happened under everyone's noses. I mean, what does that tell you?
It tells me that he likely, but maybe the two of them together over time, were able to create a culture of two. And when your culture is that small, you're able to make really bad decisions and convince yourself this can work. We can make this happen, without consulting anybody else.
Us against the world.
Exactly.
All right, Dr. John Duffy, it's really interesting to look at this part of the story. Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.